Hey guys, it's John at Olympic Exotics here. So I'm just driving back from Georgia right now, and I figured I'd do a quick video on how to save money on gas. So basically, it's a really long drive from Nashville, Tennessee to Florida. So it's about 612 miles based on the last time I just looked it up. So I just did that trip both ways in the last couple days. Needless to say, I have a lot of downtime just driving. Like, you just set cruise control at 75, 80 or whatever, and you just stay on I-75 for 600 miles, 400 miles, and then you get on I-24 and you get over there. So it's a pretty straight shot, nothing too complicated. So needless to say, it's kind of boring. So one of those things you could do with your downtime is
take exit 138.
See, this the next stop I'm going to make is for gas. Is basically I go on one of the apps, look up the gas pricing along the route, figure out what's the best spot to stop in order to just pay the least amount of money on gas. So that's the first thing. Just use Google or Upside, or we're actually not going to take that exit because for some reason it's telling me to take this exit, but the next one's actually a better exit, so I'm kind of confused. Hopefully I'm right and the GPS is wrong. I guess we'll see.
Then merge onto US 341.
But anyhow, go on to the Upside app, look up the gas pricing. Sometimes it's not accurate, but generally speaking, I'd say maybe 70-80% of the time it's accurate. Sometimes I think the owners of the gas stations actually put in the wrong gas. Sometimes they way underprice it, and then you're there and you're like, what? This is supposed to be cheaper than that. And that's kind of annoying. But you can go in and update that stuff on Upside, at least tell them the price that you're actually seeing, and hopefully they will update it. I don't know how many times you have to put it in or how many times whoever has to put it in.
Take exit 136 for US 341.
But needless to say, so this gas price right here that I'm about to stop at is supposed to be $3.12 a gallon, or no, yeah, $3.19 a gallon or something like that. And then I'm getting 7 cents off through Upside. So that'll drop it down to $3.12 a gallon.
Then slide right onto the US 341.
And before we get it back into Florida, which I guess has higher taxes on gas, or at least the counties that I'm generally going through have higher taxes on gas than
slide right onto the US 341 North ramp. Then turn right onto Georgia 7 North.
Georgia does. Let's see. I can't remember which one. I think I put in this one over here. Okay. So I'm filling up before I get back into Georgia. Back into Florida, because I know that it's going to be cheaper up here than it is in Florida.
A quarter mile.
Yep,
turn right onto Charles Gray
actually.
Boulevard.
It's supposed to be like $3.19 or something like that, which is actually good, because sometimes you get lucky and they actually dropped off a couple cents more than what you have it listed for on Upside. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower, but the amount of money you're getting back at the pump is always the same regardless of what price they're actually charging.
Head southwest toward Georgia 7 South.
Then turn. Yes, there you go. That's enough of that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the gas. Then the other thing I do is I have one credit card that is a BMO bank. I don't even know what that stands for. BMO credit card, and that gets me 3% cash back at all gas stations as long as I use the card there. So I pretty much just use that card for gas stations. That's it. That's all I use it for, because that's the only time that it's actually more beneficial than any of my other cards, because I have other cards that give me 2% cash back on everything. So the 3% kind of makes it worth using that card. So let's say 3% cash back, and this pump is at $3.16, so that's just over 9 cents per gallon. I know a lot of the gas stations have, what's it called? I'm gonna have to pull up a little further. I stopped a little early. They have like a 10%, 10 cents back if you sign up for their thing, and that basically drafts the payment directly from your bank account, so they don't have to pay the transaction fees through credit cards. So it's a little bit better for the bank. For the gas station. And actually, right now, with gas being over $3 a gallon, basically, they they're actually saving a little money by giving you 10% or 10 cents off, because the credit card processors actually charge more than that. They usually charge the businesses about 3 cents or 3%. So that's, I think, why that's why BMO is willing to give me the 3% back, because that's basically what they're making off of the gas. Anyways, so basically they just cancel that out in hopes that you're going to use it for other stuff, but I don't, because I have to work the system. So, okay, beyond that, I also have a Discover card that has like a per quarter, it kind of cycles through different things that you save cash back on, and it gives me 5% cash back on, depending on the quarter, and then that maxes out at $75 per quarter of how much money I could get back from the credit card based on what I'm using. So that's what I'm using right now, because right now Discover has it on gas stations. So I'm getting 5% cash back on every gallon or every dollar I spend at a gas station right now. So right now I'm paying $3.16 per gallon, so I'm getting over 15 cents back. So if you work the system, it can actually be more beneficial than just whatever the default 10% cash back you're getting if you set up your bank account. Not to mention, then you still get the benefits of a credit card. I mean, if somebody steals your like information at the pump, then at least you can get it back if you're going through a credit card, because they have that fraud protection stuff like that. And then also, if you're using the Upside app, you can save another however much cents. Sometimes it's like 1 cent, sometimes it's 10 cents, sometimes it's 20 cents. And then you can also get the referral code stuff, so you can get money back from people that you referred. So speaking of that, I'm going to drop a link in the comments for my referral code through Upside. So you can actually combine the cash back through your credit card with the Upside, because they're completely independent. And so like right now, I would save 7 cents per gallon on this. So I just got I got a little bit over 7 gallons. So that's 49 cents. And then I'm also getting the 5% back from my credit card. So I had $25 I spent just now on just under 8 gallons. So 5% of that, what is that? 5% of $25, it's $1.25. So yeah, I saved $1.75, and that's not even like a big tank. Sorry, my brakes are screeching right now. Apparently, everything decided to need basic maintenance on this car as I was driving it back, as I was driving it to Georgia and back. So like, I had to replace a serpentine belt because it started to crack and it was starting to squeak. And I'm like, this would be a bad time to break down on the highway again. So needed to do that. It's only $20, so fortunately that wasn't too bad. And then now, right after I did that, then the brakes started screeching, and I'm like, oh, just this one front passenger brake just decides to be grinding like crazy. So I picked up the brake pads, but since we're on the highway and the caliper's not failing, I barely have to use the brakes on this drive because I'm just staying on the highway the whole time. So needless to say, when I get back, I'm going to do that. I just didn't really want to. I would like to sleep at some point, so I'd rather just like get back and get it done once I'm at my place, and I can get a good night's sleep, just lay in my bed for the first time in 3 days, actually be in a bed, which would be nice. Okay, but yeah, so beyond that, okay, so we got those two things. The biggest thing I think is using the maps, mapping out where you're going to stop for gas. I think that's the biggest thing you can save money on, because like if I waited till I got back in Florida, or I was almost empty, so I filled up, I drove 225 miles since the last fill up. I'd like to keep track of my fill ups, just because then I can do my own little, my car is a 2001 Mitsubishi Eclipse that I'm driving right now, so it doesn't have the auto calculator of like, oh, what was your miles per gallon? Because, you know, I'm in the car, I get bored, so I'll just do the math on the miles per gallon in my head. Gives me something to keep track of and just like keep my mind occupied. So it's kind of fun for me just to see. And then, okay, what else? Oh, I also do put a little fuel, what's it called? I don't even know, like fuel treatments in there. That might help. I don't know what the significance of the fuel treatments are. It probably depends on how clean your engine's running. All my stuff is like 20 plus year old cars, so I'm thinking they probably have some engine grime in there that's probably reducing some degree of efficiency. So might as well put a little fuel treatment in there. I get the 1 gallon jugs of I can't remember what it's called. It's like a fuel treatment that they sell at Walmart. It's supposed to treat up to like 400 gallons. It's like $30. So even if I'm getting like 1 mile per gallon more, I think it offsets the price. And I'm hoping that actually does something. So you would think if they're selling it at Walmart, maybe it's helpful. I would hope. But I mean, don't take my word on that. That's just one thing that you could try. Definitely if your car is running inefficiently, then put a fuel treatment in there and then do a calculation and see if it's making a significant difference. If it's getting you 1 or 2 miles per gallon and it's like you have a big tank, it probably is worth it. Like this guy only has like a 15 gallon tank, so it's not like it takes that much gas. My vans have like 35 gallon tanks, so you're gonna see a bigger difference on the overall. If you go through a whole tank of it, you're gonna see a bigger difference on that. It's kind of fun, and plus they only get 15 miles per gallon, whereas this one's getting around 23, 25 miles per gallon. Probably depends on like how much stop and go I'm going through. On the highway, I should be getting like 25. So fingers crossed on that. What else can I say? So yeah, the biggest things, look on the map out your trip. So if you're driving 500 miles and you got a 15 gallon tank and you're getting 25, 30 miles per gallon, you can map out where you're going to want to stop. Even if you're only getting 3/4 of a tank or half a tank, it might save you 50 cents per gallon, depending on what state you're stopping in. Because like I know in Florida, at least when I left, it was like $3.50 a gallon. And when I was up in Tennessee, I filled up at $2.97. So that's 50 cents just because I chose to stop and make sure my tank was full before I left Tennessee. I say 50 cent ball, and then I went into Georgia. It was some places it's $3.30 a gallon. Some places it's $3 a gallon. Like I just filled up at $3.12 a gallon. So I mean, I didn't see anybody better than any stops that are better than that before I hit Florida, and I should be able to make it all the way home on this tank. So that way, at least I won't have to worry about stopping again, unless I need to go to the bathroom or something like that, until I get all the way home. So my tank, I know I can get over 300 gallons or 300 miles in one tank. So I should be able to make it back to Brooksville in one shot. But yeah. So that's why I lined up this stop. So I saved probably 15 cents a gallon just by choosing that spot. Then I get the other 7 cents on top from the upside. Then I get the 5% cash back. You just got to compound those little savings, and it all adds up. So like on my Upside app right now, I think it's saying that overall the whole lifespan of me using that app, I've saved about $900 over 2 years. I mean, I drive a lot, so probably most people aren't going to get that kind of savings. But it still adds up. Even if you're only saving $100 a year, that's still $100 you didn't pay. That's a couple tanks of gas, I mean, depending on how big your tank is. I mean, for me, like my big van, it's only 1 tank of gas, but still, it adds up. And, what does it take? A few moments of mental effort. It's not like you're doing anything better in the car, so just do it. Maybe if you don't want to play on your phone while you're driving, then have your passenger do it, or whatever. Have somebody else do it. It's just something to do while you're just sitting in this dead time. I hate all the dead time in the car, so I try to keep myself busy and keep myself productive as much as I can, because it keeps me awake and it just makes it feel like less of a waste. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say on that. I'm going to drop my link to my Upside app in the comments, or maybe in the description or something like that, because I don't know how to do that in the I don't know how to do that in a video. Actually, maybe I can do a little screen split. I can show you my Upside app and show you what I'm talking about, how the map, the pricing and stuff like that, and then I'll send a little clip of my code, so you can put that in as a referral, because I think you get an extra 10 cents a gallon. Sometimes there's better promotions and stuff like that. You might get $5 back or something like that. I don't know. It kind of depends on Upside specific promotion they're doing right then. It fluctuates, but either way, every person that you refer, you get 1 cent back per gallon that they spend. So sometimes I'll just get random 50 cents in my account because somebody just bought 50 gallons worth of gas. So I guess there must be some people that have used my referral code that drive like semis or something. Because sometimes I just get like a 50 cents cash back on just on one per transaction somebody used. So I would recommend using it. It's just free money. It takes a little bit of effort, maybe like 20 seconds to go ahead and do that. And even if you don't want to map out your pricing, just download the Upside app. And sometimes it's just the gas station that you're stopping at. They probably have about half the gas stations that are out there participating with the Upside app. So even if you're just don't want to do the mapping, you don't want to put in the effort, just open up the app right before you fill up your gas, see if you can save any cash back just by clicking the button. And then you're not even putting in like 3 seconds of effort, and you just have to have the app on your phone, and then you're getting cash back. And then you can use that cash back on I guess it's not really cash back, it's more like it's like a gift card basically. So you build it up, and you can use that on Amazon. You can get, I think, a credit to your bank account. I don't like doing that because then that means you have to connect your bank account to it, and I just don't like people having my account and routing information because I just feel like that could be problematic, and you have to keep an eye out on that. The more people who have your account and routing information, the worse it is, in my opinion, because then you're just going to open yourself up to potential issues with people misusing that information. But you can just have Amazon gift cards. You can get PayPal, I think a PayPal credit. You can get pretty Walmart gift card, all sorts of Home Depot, like lots of different places. So sometimes I use it for that kind of stuff as an excuse to just like get myself some little nice thing. And like, yeah, it's pretty awesome. So definitely use that app. And then, Discover credit card. That one I've always done well with. Sometimes it rotates to PayPal or Amazon. You're getting 5% cash back. So if you're using any of that stuff already, then just save a little extra money on that stuff. And it maxes out each quarter $75 on the Discover credit card. So, I mean, you can save up to $300 a year. A couple of the quarters I don't use because it's just not something that like I'm going to use regularly, and I'm not just going to buy stuff because it's 5% off. Like, that's not substantial enough for me to be like, oh yeah, I just have to have it. But like, I use Amazon enough. I use PayPal. Like, if you use PayPal, there's actually a quarter on there so 3 months of the year. Anything that you use a PayPal transaction for, you just use the Discover credit card through PayPal, and then you get that 5% cash back. So that's cool. I use PayPal enough to justify that, or like in the checkout areas, if you're going through a website, if they have a PayPal option, just click that, use the Discover credit card. I do have an Amazon credit card that already gets me the 5% cash back, so I probably won't end up using that much this next year through the Discover cycling, discount thing. But I mean, the gas stations is enough for me. That's enough justification for me. And so, let's see. So you're getting $75 worth of cash back. Let's call it, okay, so 5%, $75. What is that? Oh, so 20. So basically, 20 times 75 is $3,000. So if you spend $3,000 on gas in a 3-month period, then you're saving $75. So, I mean, am I right on that? I think I am. 20 times 3. Yep, that's right. So, yeah, you spend $3,000 on gas in 3 months. I know most people don't, but I might. But either way, so that's how much you can save on cash back. So if I ended up going through $3,000 worth of gas, at least I saved that $75. It's better than no money, So, yeah, I think that's all I got to say on saving money through gas, through the gas stations and stuff like that. If you guys have any other tips on how to save money, put them in the comments, because I'm really curious. I don't like giving away my money, especially to like an unknown corporations that don't even care if I buy gas from them or not. It's not like it's a small business where you're hurting anybody's bottom line. You're just saving as much money as you can on gas. I'm sure they're making plenty of money on that gas or on other things. I'm sure gas stations are pretty profitable, or else there probably wouldn't be one every 500 feet at every exit everywhere. But yeah, I think that's about all I have to say on that. There you go. Hope you learned something. Hope it's helpful to somebody. I'll try to get a little like video of me showing you the Upside app and like the maps and Google Maps versus the Upside app. Sometimes they're not the same price on there, so maybe you can even cross-check them if you're really bored, like I do, because I'm just sitting in the car doing nothing. But yeah, hope you learned something, and I know this isn't really relevant to anything else on my channel, but you know, I like helping people save money, so hopefully it helps somebody, and maybe you'll sign up and use my little code for Upside, and then I'll end up saving a little bit of money too. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Okay, so here is the Upside app that I was telling you guys about. And basically, as you can see, this is I-75, and we are driving south. So if I zoom out, and you can select gas specifically, different times we'll have restaurants too that you can save money on. I don't usually use that because I don't go to restaurants that often. And if I save like 5% cash on, or 5% back or whatever on that, it's not gonna decide which restaurant I'm going to. But as you can see, we're driving south. You have the different pricing, how much money per gallon you're saving. Sometimes this is not entirely accurate as to the actual price on the gas, but if it says 11 cents, that's how much you're getting back automatically. You can see in the top right corner, that's how much money I have currently in the account that's waiting to be cashed out to use on like a gift card or whatever. Probably after this weekend, I'm gonna be over $50. I would not be surprised. And so, let's see. Let's see if the gas jumps up as we go into Florida. We can even show you. So you can search different areas, zoom out. Okay, so it's trying to get me to look at where I am right now, which is not what I want to do, but okay, so as you can see right here, as you pass Florida, jumps up to like $3.50 a gallon. So yep, $3.49 before, so that's what you should be paying, is $3.37. These prices on the gas pump are what's after taking off the 13 cents. So before the 13 cents, that would be a $3.69 a gallon at that Marathon, and then $3.49 at that Love's. So that's what they're claiming the actual price at the pump is. So these prices of what they would actually be that you'd be paying is after they take that 12 cents off a gallon. So that's why I was like, let's fill up at the $3.17 or whatever it was, rather than wait till we get down here where it's like $3.28, $3.37, you know. So that's where you can really save a good amount of money, is just by using this map. And then we're going all the way. Let's see if I can get it to not freak out and actually not jump back to where I was. Sometimes it'll jump back, which is annoying. But okay, so yeah, even further down, you can see right here, even worse as we go further south, even though you're saving that 18 cents per gallon. So also, like, look at that, $3.67 with the 11 cents off already. That means they're trying to charge $3.78 per gallon, which is like way more, you know. So definitely want to like check and like kind of map out your stop. If you're driving a long distance, just map out your stops, because different counties are going to have different taxes that they're charging per county. Not to mention, just sometimes in these little populated areas, I think all the gas stations kind of like work together and just all raise their price simultaneously, and then you end up paying way more. Like sometimes they just jack the price up 50 cents a gallon, and it's just like out of nowhere, and I really hate that. But I mean, even if you aren't actually using the map and you just stop at a gas station, whichever one, it's better than nothing to just click on the button. You just click there, you click on top of that, and you click over here. Click down at where it was saying at the bottom, and then it's loading. Okay, I'll just show you how to do it real quick if it actually loads for me. We'll see. We are in like a traffic jam now, so it may be like that there's so much internet being used. Okay, there it goes. So you just click claim right there, so we'll click the claim thing, and then it says directions, so that way you can actually just like follow that. You can click the directions, and it'll actually add it. Okay, I'll show you what. Never mind, I'll just show you. So then it'll like put in like how far that is, and you can start it, so that way you don't forget to stop at the station, because I do that all the time. You just click start, and then it'll take you right there. So that's pretty simple to go through. And then when you're going to I've paid, so you fill up at the pump. I usually do this right before I fill up, because otherwise I forget half the time. And click I paid. So then I would change that from my Amex to my Discover, because right now that's getting the 5% cash back, and that's separate from this, so it doesn't affect anything. And then that just loads in, and I guess I can click this. So you change method. I have a bunch of credit cards on here right now because like a lot of mine I've had it for so long that I've changed up credit cards. But you can also pay with other stuff or Google or whatever, you know. But yeah, you just select the credit card you want, put that in, click I paid, and then you're good. If it ends up that you don't want to use it, you can just click unclaim at the top right corner, and that'll take it out. Because otherwise it'll be like, did you want to get that still? And then it'll keep asking you when you have the app open. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty basic, pretty straightforward. You do have to have your location settings on, obviously, to have like it show up where you are, so you can see where I am right now. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty useful. And oh, right, let's see. So I gotta go over here, and then we're gonna go to my profile and click over here, profile. So there's my code right there, the copy right there. And then I'm gonna try to drop that in. So just when you're doing the invite code, put in the Jonathan 3456, and that should give my account your little perk of getting the 1% cash back. And then if you refer anybody to it, you get 1% cash back. It doesn't cost you anything to add my code in there. Just benefits me a little bit. So please do that if you want to be nice to me and actually learn something from this video or feel like it's valuable in any way. And yeah, now you know my email as well. So don't worry, it's public record, so you can find that pretty easily. But please don't use that. I mean, it's actually full through Google anyway, so I guess you can put whatever you want. I have so much spam in there, it doesn't even matter. So, but there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Get that stuff out of here. And there you go. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.